Hey everyone, so it's late here, nighttime, and I'm up doing work. My husband and daughter are asleep, but I had someone ask me recently through Instagram DM, and they were asking me, do I feel like I've achieved like my goals and dreams? And I felt like yes, to answer the question, yes. But it brought me to this talking point, the talking points and topic I want to talk about today, because the short answer is yes. I do feel like I've achieved my goals and dreams. In fact, all of them minus one so far, but that's in the works and that's okay. But what I've realized, okay, I'll circle back to what I realized. I want to quickly let you know what some of those goals and dreams are, because I do want you to remember that it's okay for your purpose to change, and it's also okay for your goals and dreams to change. It's also okay for what you want to change even after you have gotten what you were manifesting, even after you got what you prayed for. It's okay to continue to evolve and change. That is life. So some of the goals and dreams I have achieved are, most of you may not know this, but I at one point in time wanted to be a singer. Singer, dancer, entertainer, right? I wanted to be like Janet Jackson. Obviously, y'all know I love Michael, but I wanted to be like his sister Janet. And the thing is this, I actually did make music. Once upon a time, I did record music, and I've always been a dancer since age 3, so all of that. But so yes, I did live that dream, but what that also showed me, even now as things continue to get exposed about the industry, in recent times, like the past few years, right? That was one of the major examples for me that rejection is protection, because with all that we know now about the industry, right? Things that have been exposed, that life would not have been for me. No, couldn't have done it, right? And especially now where I am, I'm all about protecting my peace. So I did live that dream, but rejection is protection. I was never signed to like any major label. The people I was working with were independent, those producers and so on. But yeah, rejection is protection. And so I lived the dream, but eventually got to the point where it's not for me, right? Rejection was protection with that. I also was a dancer, professional dancer. I've danced with my daughter's calling me in the other room. Oh, my husband will check on her. I also was a dancer. So I danced with professional dance companies. One of them was an indigenous dance company. We traveled all over for shows and performances. That company actually is when I went through one of my major spiritual awakenings. I think we have several, but I did live that life. And I was in a couple different hip-hop dance crews, and we used to do really big major competitions, even things like World of Dance before it was televised. I believe it was before it was televised. So yeah, I lived that dream as well. I'm living the dream of now being a very happily married woman, and I have a daughter. I've lived the dream of becoming, like, once I did tap into my purpose of doing readings and my abilities, I'm still living that dream. So I just giving you some background, openly sharing. So yes, I do feel like I've lived several of my dreams, but what I've learned, and this is the talking point, kind of going back to the example of rejection is protection. Sorry, I keep touching my hair, it's a habit. Is that sometimes when you do live the dream, it ends up manifesting in a way that is slightly different than what you thought, or what you thought you wanted. But majority of the time, there is a bigger picture reason for it. Now, in some cases, it could just very well be you, like what you want changed, or you got in it and realized, it's not what you thought. Think of like that movie Soul, where he spent his whole life wanting to live what he viewed to be his purpose, his spark of being a musician. He finally got to play professionally on stage and all that, and the feeling he got from it after was not what he thought, So sometimes it's that, and other times it looks differently, or the dream can change because, again, rejection is protection. Sometimes source, higher power, creator, your higher self, whatever name you choose to align with spirit, right, knows more, can see more than you may even realize at the time. So they might give you a taste of that dream before your purpose changes to yet another one or another path. And that's okay. So to answer your question, yes, I have lived my dreams. Still living some of them that align with the version of me that I am now. And there's some that I'm still working on, but I know it will get there in divine timing, in the format that it is meant to be for me. So hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully you take whatever you need to take away from this little chat today. Bye.